What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode with AB Investments. So as promised, I said I was going to make this video later to explain what happened this morning. And it was a trade of events, like a kind of a train of events that occurred. First, I'll backtrack you to as soon as the bell opened. Well, actually, no, let's backtrack a little bit. In the pre-market, I've posted in the community section a picture posting, what the volume was like and the kind of buy orders that were coming in versus the sell-in orders and what was happening basically around at that time. It was the most bullish thing you could ever see. Then afterwards, as soon as the bell rang, that prophecy came to fruition. It did actually move up like almost $4 in a matter of minutes. Basically the stock was squeezing. It's however way you want to cut it, skin it, whatever you want to do with it, it was squeezing. And as soon as it hit that, instantly, Robinhood, out of all brokers, reports to their holders or investors. They report that apparently, that this is again before any halts happened. Apparently, many brokers have halted the trading of AMC and GME while they didn't. And little that you knew, momentarily after that pop-up message came on, and I had one of my friends send me that screenshot. They still have a Robinhood account that has just a couple of shares on it, just because to keep it for tax purposes or whatever their reason is. But I mean, it's good because you keep tabs on everything. The fact that Robinhood, before the situation happened or the crime happened, reported or snitched on the rest of the market, saying that many brokers have halted the trading of those two securities, that was crazy. And then right after they opened it, minutes later, everything gets punished. It falls. They most likely had some huge whale because they didn't borrow the shares from from nobody. The shares, there was no crazy amounts of shares that just walked in out of nowhere. So they literally most likely convinced some big whale or institution to go ahead and dump their holdings in AMC and GameStop at the same time. That's why you've seen that violent rip, then you've seen that violent dip right after. But guess what? It rebounded again, even though the movement was so stagnant. But the purpose of that move was to kick AMC and GameStop back on the algorithms that they were on, because momentarily, as soon as the bell opened, the algorithms got screwed up and we shot like straight out of a cannon, completely out of it. And that is similar to what happened in January of 2021, but back then they couldn't control it. Now clearly they're able to control it. I also heard that apparently on the 25th of this month, which was a few days ago, they completely canceled that or withdrew the request for that SCC 2021-10. Unfortunately, that one is completely withdrawn. I know that it's been covered or coveted for. We'll be expecting it for so many months and over a year. We've been expecting it since 2020. I remember early 2021 when everybody started talking about it, and it's like saying, hey, we really need this. And unfortunately, it got withdrawn on the 25th. I learned this info through the Pantheon. So show him some love, guys. That's where I got the news on that it's completely withdrawn now. That's really unfortunate because, I've been waiting on it to go through. But unfortunately, that's very unfortunate. Now, for us, it's not unfortunate because at the end of the day, like I told you, somebody's going to pay. Whether it's a crashed stock market, which I've anticipated all along, or obviously a major bailout from the government, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do so regardless. Even with the crash, there's still, this thing is so huge that even the crash of blue chip stocks and selling of their positions might still not do it, might not cut it. It still might be needed. They still might need more. Which again, at that point, I don't care what they go through and what they do. It's they dug this hole. They dug deep. They got their own basically grave now, and it's much deeper than 6 feet deep, guys. Also, just a small little thing I did. I've promised one of the followers to say something about Nile and Nile farms, basically, and all that stuff. Here's my 2 cents on it, just quickly, just off the rip. One, you have to watch out for the debt that the company has. I know that it just filed that $66 million notes, and it's all paid in full, but the problem is you got to think about the fact that we're going into deeper and deeper inflation days and worse economies, which means their revenue could constantly keep dropping and dropping and dropping. I know it's like, what, it's like 600% less now, the revenue, less than the similar time last year or pre-pandemic, I believe, but that's a huge percentage, you know, so you got to watch out with that. Now, with that being said, the one most amazing and great bullish catalyst for you is two. One, the price point that you could get the stock for right now. Obviously, it's a penny stock, but more so is if the trend carries through and the world does evolve into the crypto world and realm. Obviously, it can easily potentially be the next. You know, it's a smaller Mara in the making, or what's his name, Hut, you know, HUT. Check those stocks out as well, and Riot. Those are much ahead of the game of this, but in that realm. But I would check into those. Again, I'm not an advisor. I can't give you advice on which one to do or what to do, what to buy, what not to buy, what to sell, what not to sell. But I can tell you, like, you know, my 2 cents. So that was my 2 cents on Nile. For me, I might, if I even do it just for the near future, it'll be a pump and dump. I'll pump it, and I'll be on that train, and I'll be on the train out as well, the first train out. But again, the value is there. The only thing is on the time of the return. So you just got to dictate of, will this still make it until the switch or the adaptation of fully crypto or digital world is around? Because if that's the case, then this has a shot. If it doesn't, and it gets overly whelmed with payments and the market gets really bad in the near future, then that could be a big problem. You know, if also they don't get the stock price above $1. Anyways, we have a really crazy setup for tomorrow, guys. I will be uploading messages on my community posts. I might upload small little shorts or videos at night, like really late, maybe at pre-market hours or times like that. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, we're reporting here from what's happening or what's coming our way. This should have, like I said, been the beginning actually of a squeeze today, but unfortunately, you know, somebody didn't want it to be like that. They just wanted it to be slow movement so that they can see what the option chain will look like towards the end of this week. Because as we see it now, anything above $30 is doomsday for them on the call side. Anything underneath $30 is doomsday for them on the put side. So how do you want it? Do you want it on the high side or on the low side? Either way, they'll get it. So stay bullish, guys. Stay beautiful, and don't let this discourage you. What happened today? At the end of the day, we in this for life-changing events, not for you know, a couple of dollars here and there, or $3. So much love, guys. AB Investments.